Okay. No, the light blue ones are not yours. Yeah. 5.4 homework, the little small green one and the big green one. That's all that's yours. All right. What is the name of a monomial or sum of monomials not including variables in the denominator or under a radical? This is a polynomial expression. And then what is the name of a 3-term expression? That's a trinomial. So monomial is 1 term, binomial is 2, trinomial is 3. Okay. So we're dividing today. The first way is using long division. Long division like way back in 3rd and 4th grade that you did with a little box and everything. Whatever comes first, that's what goes underneath your box. And then this here goes outside your box. All you're really focused on is this first term, this x, okay? And you just kind of work through the steps. So what do I have to multiply x by to get x squared? Another x. And then you multiply that out, just like with long division. X times x is x squared. 1 times x is x. In long division, you know how you subtract when you multiply it up and then you subtract that number? So to just subtract here, you change everybody's sign. So this is positive, it becomes negative. This is positive, it becomes negative. And then this cancels out, and then you can combine like terms. -7 and a -1 make a -8x, and then any extra pieces are just brought down. And then you do it again. And again, it's just this first little piece here in this x. X times what gives me -8x? -8. And then you multiply it out. -8 times x is a -8x. 1 times a -8 is a -8. You subtract by changing everybody's signs. Everything cancels out, and that's your answer, x minus 8. So long division is one way. That's one possible method. The other is called, we can't even do synthetic on these. We can do synthetic on the very last one. Okay, I'll show you. We can't do synthetic on these. It won't work. So this is our only option. Okay. It has to be like x plus 1 or x minus 8 in order to do synthetic. So that's why. Okay, so 5x squared minus 14x plus 8 divided by 5x minus 4. So again, the same thing. It's just this piece. Another way that you can look at it, look at the numbers first. 5 times what gives me a 5? A 1. And then x times what gives me an x squared? Okay, another x. And you can kind of go that direction too, just really break it down. So then 5x times x is 5x squared, and then -4 times x is -4x. Subtract by changing signs. These first two should always cancel. They should always be opposites. So those cancel. And then -14 and a +4 gives me -10x. And then I bring the 8 down. 5x goes into -10x. So I don't need another x, but 5 times -2, so -2 would give me that -10. Okay, and then -2 times -4 is a +8. Subtract by changing signs. Everything cancels. Yeah, my algebra kids are about to have to do this, and it's going to blow their little minds. Okay. So this next one, we've got 2x squared minus 3x minus, oh, I shouldn't have written it up that high. 2x squared minus 3x minus 14 divided by 2x minus 7. So 2x times what gives me x squared? I've already got the 2, so I just need another x. 2x times x is 2x squared. -7 times x is -7x. Subtract by changing signs. -3x and +7x gives me a +4x. Bring the -14 down. 2x goes into 4x, positive 2 times. So that's 4x, and then that's a negative 14. Subtract by changing signs. Everything cancels. Most of them are going to be real simple terms like this. Occasionally we get a remainder. So I'm actually going to skip across here. I'm going to do number 10 first to show you what a remainder looks like with long division. You don't have to do any remainder problems on your own. All right, so 6x squared plus 12x plus 12 divided by 6x plus 6. All right, so 6x goes into 6x squared, x times 6x is 6x squared, and then 6 times x is 6x. Subtract by changing signs. So 12x and negative 6x is 6x, and then plus 12. 6x goes into 6x one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract by changing signs. This cancels, but here I've got a leftover. See how all these canceled out at the end? Once I wrote the plain number down, everything canceled out. If you get something left, that's a remainder. Here's how we do remainders. It's positive, so we would do plus. Your remainder goes on the top part of a fraction. What you divided by goes on the bottom part. That's how you write a remainder in this stuff. So this would be x plus 1 plus 6 over 6x plus 6. So I'm going to show you synthetic division now. Synthetic, honestly, is easier, but it only works if you've got a plain old x. If you've got something in front of that x like that, this won't work. Here's how synthetic division works. It works with just the coefficients. So x plus 7, if it's x plus 7, we're going to divide by a negative 7. I know it seems weird. And then we need the coefficients here. So this has a coefficient of 1, of 2, and then this is a negative 38. 1, 2, negative 38. All right, so that first coefficient we pull down. You multiply whatever's down here by this box. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. If it's in a row like this, you combine them, add them, subtract them. So 2 plus a negative 7 is a negative 5. Then we would multiply this. Negative 7 times negative 5 is a positive 35. Combine these two, negative 38 and positive 35 gives a negative 3. If you get a number here, that's a remainder. Okay, we're not done yet though. So we started out with an x squared. So I can't use that one. So I start with the x. This is going to be, there's going to be an x there. So my answer would be x minus 5 with a remainder of negative 3. So I would write minus, the 3 goes on top, and then this piece, the x plus 7, goes on bottom. Just a different way to work it. It's quicker, it's more streamlined, but it doesn't work all the time. Okay, so all I'm leaving you are these 3, 4, 6, and 8. You can use either method. If you want to use long division, so there's my long division work, so you can see how I worked them. But there's no remainders. On your 3, there's no remainders. They should be an answer like this. X plus or minus a number. That's all there should be.